Welcome to Trauma Talk Radio live call in with myself, your freedom coach, Natasha Starr. Let me make sure our okay, good. The volume is good. Alrighty. Awesome. Okay. So our topic this evening is unlocking the beauty of brokenness. And for our Trauma Talk Radio live call in, we start off first with a little bit of content about the theme for the evening, and then we transition into our call in question where viewers can call in and join me here on the platform via StreamYard for a candid conversation regarding the topic for the evening. And if we happen to not have live viewers present for that, our broadcast is cut short. So we're typically here for 30 minutes to an hour when there are viewers here engaging in conversation, because Trauma Talk Radio is all about conversation, not monologue. It's dialogue here for Trauma Talk Radio. So let's get into it. Unlocking the beauty of brokenness. Beauty and brokenness, it's like, okay, do the two really go together? So to me, the beauty of brokenness is its transformative power. There is transformative power hidden in the blueprint of our brokenness. And in that transformative power is when the unknown becomes known, the uncertain becomes certain, when chaos becomes clarity, adversity becomes alignment, all of those things. And where hidden pain becomes healing power. That's all with my testimony. So, one of the components that I really wanted to hone in on this evening is how the beauty of brokenness transforms darkness into light. When we experience adverse situations, life challenges, traumatic experiences, it can leave us feeling despair, hopeless, powerless, guilt, shame, and all of the residue of a traumatic experience seems dark. It's like as if we can't see our way out of the heaviness of all of the emotional and mental pressure of it. But the beauty in that broken space is when we can tap into the light that we're carrying to see ourselves out of those dark spaces and places. I hope that makes sense. It's when we allow those challenges to transform us in a way to where we become the light that we need to see our way out of that darkness. So I'm going to give one of my testimonies as an example. When back in 2012, yeah, my family and I were homeless for 10 months that year. And during that time, that was the first time ever in my life that I experienced suicidal thoughts. Like, that's how humiliated I felt. That's how hopeless and powerless I felt. Because it's like, I didn't go to college. I didn't get degrees to end up homeless. Like, what is going on here? And And this is something you can't hide. Everyone can see that you're going through such a trial in your life. And it was interesting how some people even would treat us different, as if we had leprosy or something, like homelessness is contagious. So there was a myriad of factors that had me in that space of suicidal thoughts. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never. But yes, in that season, I did. And so how I began to, because first off, it didn't move past thoughts, okay, and then go into ideation, and then go into attempts, because I had baby number one that was born the year before, summer of 2011, and I was pregnant with baby number two, and I don't trust anyone else to raise my kids. So it wasn't going no past no thoughts for me, because I'm like, well, I ain't going nowhere, because I ain't leaving them with these people. So yeah, that's not happening. So so that was my whole thing. But how I navigated that dark season in my life, a darkness that no one else can see, because it's internally. They could see the challenges of job loss, the financial challenges, the challenges of housing and things of that nature, but they can't see what I'm experiencing in the realms of my soul. They don't see the darkness that I'm carrying in that season. But how I became the light that I needed to see myself out of those suicidal thoughts is that I leaned into God in me. That was a season where I really learned how to rely on the power of the Holy Spirit invested in me. And that was a season where I lived my life day by day. I wasn't trying to plan nothing out beyond tomorrow. Okay. I was like Queen Latifah and set it off. I'm just trying to live to see another day. Like that was the mindset in that season. I wasn't thinking no 5 years from now. No. Not happening. But and it was only the grace of God within me that gave me what I needed to complete whatever I needed to do day by day. And as I trusted in him and I leaned on him from strength, because I was totally weak, surely, slowly but surely, I actually started to become the light. My mindset started to change. I actually started to think more solution oriented again. Like my whole regular thought process before I even entered into that season started to come back. I started to come back into myself. I hope that makes sense. Is anyone here with me for the live? Let me know in the chat if this is making sense to you. So that was a beauty of brokenness that I experienced. Even looking back, it was a painful season during that time, but it's one in retrospect that I always appreciate, that I'm grateful for, because it was a time that showed me what I'm made of. If I was fortified and solidified in some ways of my identity, of who I am, of my purpose, of my oneness relationship with the Lord. And had I not ever experienced that, I would not be who I am today. And so that is the beauty. That's what it means to unlock the beauty of our brokenness, and how there's transformative power in our brokenness, where we can transform our brokenness into something beautiful, where we can transform our dark situations into light by actually becoming the light we need to combat that darkness. Any questions or comments as I go into our call in question, because that's all I had to share this evening on the topic unlocking the beauty of brokenness. And so I'm going to put our call in question. Yeah. Okay, on the screen. Um, and if you're here for the live broadcast, please drop a chat. Let me know that you're here. It looks like a couple of people are here for the live. Alrighty. So our call-in question is, what is beauty to you, and where have you seen beauty emerge from your brokenness? That is our call-in question. And you could put your response in the chat. And also, I just put the link in. I just put the link in the comments as well. If you would like to call in and join me here on the live broadcast via StreamYard, the StreamYard link that is in the comments. And if there's no questions, no comments, no call-ins, we're going to get ready to go, because like I say all the time, I tell you all time and time again, Trauma Talk Radio is about conversation and dialogue, not monologue, me just here talking. We're supposed to be communicating and having a conversation with one another. I want to hear your thoughts and what's on your heart regarding the matter. So I'll give it a couple of minutes just in case anyone decides to jump on through the links that are in the chat. Of that story I just shared, the part that tickles me the most is my whole reason why I was like, oh yeah, we can have the thoughts can, okay, suicidal thoughts, but we're not moving past thoughts, because I don't trust nobody else raising my kids. I'm so serious, y'all. Okay, I can't go nowhere and leave these kids here in this world with these people. No, I got to stay here raising myself. No, indeed. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. My goodness. So yeah. All right. Okay, so we have live viewers on featuring here with us from YouTube. I see. Yay. All right, so I'm just going to wait about another 2 minutes and then we're going to close on out. Trauma Talk Radio live call in is every first Tuesday of the month. We have a different theme for each of the call in broadcasts. However, it's all conversation, all things overcoming life traumas, cultivating a trauma-free lifestyle, all those things. So even if viewers come on the broadcast and have something else on their heart that they would want to discuss, we can discuss that as well. It's an open platform for conversation, healing conversations, because when we actually take the time to have conversations around the different traumas we face in life, it can be healing for each of us, those of us who are sharing, those of us who are listening, and then we can have a lot of aha moments and breakthroughs just by having a candid conversation around it. A conversation that's focused on resolution, that's focused on progression and moving forward and all of those things. Not the ones that, we just want to stay there in the soup of our trauma. No, no. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna move on out. We're gonna share the tools and tactics that we use that we don't even realize that we use to overcome life traumas. All righty. So is there anyone here? We have 4 people here from YouTube, 4 from Facebook. Would anyone like to take a stab at this call-in question? You can drop a comment in the chat, or you can visit the StreamYard link that's in the chat to call in. And if you decide to call in, please say something in the chat first, so I will wait for you. Other than that, we're about to roll on out. All right. All right. Well, this concludes our broadcast. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you all again next month on the first Tuesday of October for another Trauma Talk Radio live call in broadcast. And I think, I don't know for sure if Trauma Talk Radio Live will continue over on Instagram, because my live button wasn't working today. I'm like, where's my live? So if that's not, we'll just be over here on YouTube and Facebook. All righty. And if that's the case, the time may change too. So you'll get some updates. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get all of the notifications. This is your Freedom Coach. Oh, hey, Miss Shanika. I hope all is well. All right, awesome. Says that I'm driving, just tuned in. I'll say that I relate to saying that you have to be the light you need to move through your trauma. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it really takes a resilient mindset to do just that. A resilient mindset that takes accountability and responsibility amid a traumatic situation, even if the trauma was something that occurred that was beyond your control. It's really being resilient enough to silence the noise of overwhelm and anxiety and really ask ourselves, what can I control in this situation? And how can I master or maneuver or tend to those elements of the traumatic experience that I can control? And at the end of the day, the number one thing we can control in any situation is ourselves and our ability to respond and not react. And trauma responses are reactive, whereas wisdom, strategy is not only responsive, but proactive as well. And it's possible for us to put some tools in our chambers to even lessen the blows of unexpected traumas as they occur, because as long as we live in this life, they will happen. But we can equip ourselves with tools to navigate them well whenever they do, to where we don't completely fall apart and lose sense of self amid a challenging season in our lives. So thank you so much, Miss Shanika, for sharing your comments in the chat. It's always good to see you and hear from you. Thank you to those of you who were here for the broadcast. And those of you who catch the replay. And I look forward to seeing you all again next month. We have 3 more months left in this year, October, November, December, first Tuesday of the month for another Trauma Talk Radio live call-in. All right. Peace and freedom to you all. This is your freedom coach, Natasha Starr, signing off until next time. Bye-bye. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. I love it. All righty. Bye-bye, everyone.